Hi everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Cozy Up for English. In today's lesson, we will be looking at the different phrasal verbs to turn up and to turn down. But before we do anything else, don't forget to cozy up so we can get started. Now here we go. The first thing that it's important to take note of is that phrasal verbs and regular verbs have very different definitions. Now, for example, if we look at the verb to turn, the basic definition of the verb to turn is synonymous with spinning. For example, I could say something like, I turned my head to get a better view of the television. Now, by saying that, I'm really referring to the act of turning my head like so, which refers to the act of spinning. Now, if we look at phrasal verbs, however, the definitions of the verbs associated with articles or prepositions really changes the definition of those verbs. Now, that's what we're going to be taking a look at today with the phrasal verbs to turn up and to turn down. Let's begin with the phrasal verb to turn up. Now, the definition of the phrasal verb to turn up could be something like to appear suddenly. For example, I could say something like, I was looking for my keys for weeks when finally they turned up on the kitchen table. As you can see here, the phrasal verb to turn up really refers to appearing out of nowhere. Now, another example, more in regards to people, could be something like, we had given up on the party when finally the guests turned up. And as you can see here again, the phrasal verb to turn up really refers to the act of appearing suddenly or out of nowhere. Another thing that it's important to take note of is that phrasal verbs, like regular verbs, can be conjugated. So as you could see in the last example I gave, the ed is added to the end of the verb to turn, conjugating it to fit within the sentence and its context. Now, if we take a look at the phrasal verb to turn down, the definition is more of a refusal. So if you say something was turned down, you're saying that that thing or that person was refused. For example, I could say something like, I applied for a job at the coffee shop, but unfortunately, the manager turned me down. Now, as you can see here, in this example, I was refused for the job at the coffee shop. In other words, I was turned down. Another example could be, he asked her out for dinner, but unfortunately, she turned him down. And again, here we're looking at the act of refusing an offer. So as you can see, the definitions between regular verbs and phrasal verbs can differ greatly. But as long as you keep that in mind, you'll be just fine in any English-speaking situation. Now, I hope you found this video clear and easy to follow. And if you did, feel free to click that like button below and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions about this video, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. It'll be my pleasure to read them and try to answer them in a future video of mine. Now, until next class, have a wonderful week.